Right there guys, we're at Airgonology. We're down at Daystate in Staffordshire and we're in a lovely showroom and we've got a huge selection of rifles on the table. And something quite interesting from Tony's going to show us all about what they've done to the Brococks across the whole of the range. So go for it, Tony. Tell me, what have you done?
Well, Brocock has really been a rolling development. The Compato came out in 2014-15.
Yep.
We got into full production by 16, and ever since then we've been developing the range, starting with the Compato as a base. Yep. We've added the Bantam, first of all the Mark 1, then the Mark 2, then the Humour regulated Sniper HR version, then we did the Commander, and then we did Patagonia, and all sorts of different guns, all on the same modular theme.
Yep.
So what we've done for 2020 is we've pulled it all together. We've tied them all together and we've made the parts interchangeable. We've made them a concise lineup of a modular gun platform across the range. No more individual models being brought in. Yep. They've all been ratified. And at the same time, as all these rolling improvements and ratification of the design, we've changed the bolt from bolt handle to Sidelever.
So that is the major difference.
Yes.
So it's taken a bit of time to get to, but it is the bolt.
The bolt is the thing you see, which is different, and that's the. I suppose that's the thing which it all hangs around. That's the main visual difference.
Well, let's just show this. So if you pass me over the older style Brocock.
So this is a Bantam.
This is a
Bantam, which is the current model, which is what's going in the shops at the moment.
And this magazine is empty, but we'll just take it out, and it's out there. So we're all familiar with the bolt, and I'll leave some proper screens for you guys to watch this, a bit of B-roll, but we're all familiar with this bolt action, the classic pull back, magazine in, push the bolt forward and close.
That's it.
And as much, I love the Brococks, always have done, but I've always at times found the bolt maybe
well,
a little bit.
I like bolts, and I did like this, and of course it's in the right place.
Yeah.
But it fell down when you start getting to high power guns. 12 foot-pounds, not so bad because it's a relatively light cocking effort.
Yes.
But when you get to the 55 foot-pounds, it was difficult to cock.
And is that because of the spring tensions and the hammer tensions?
Yes, the spring tension. It's a small, reduced size gun down, so everything's in a small area.
Yeah.
So the spring has to be quite powerful. There's no big spring to have a short stroke on. So consequently, the cocking effort was getting quite severe.
So literally, there were times when I remember when we did the FAC video.
That's it.
I was shooting. I think it was a 30.
You were doing a 40 foot-pound 2.5.
And I was struggling at times to pull it back.
And that's it. And sometimes if you're on a speed shoot, for instance, that's the EBR, the Extreme Bench Rest.
Yeah.
You occasionally didn't cock it, and of course that is a disaster on the speed shoot. So it was an issue, but really only at those high ends.
Yep.
But the market has moved to Sidelevers, hasn't it? I mean, really. It's
absolutely. You know, on the Regals and the Huntsmans, I can see it, the classic bolt action on there. But these sort of things nowadays, moving forward, everybody's going to it.
So shall we show them one?
Yes. Let me just put that one down to one side. I'll just drop that down to the side. So let's have a look at the new Sidelever action.
Okay, so I'll start off with the base model, which is the XR. It's called the Brocock XR.
So that's the new name.
That's the new name. The whole series is now called the XR series.
And what does the X and the R stand for?
Well, I can't really tell you. It's just an X and an R.
I understand the HR being human regulated.
That's right. No, XR is just the extra version of it.
Gotcha.
So you've got the side cocking bolt there.
Yeah.
But the thing you've noticed already when you played with us earlier is the lightness of the cocking action, particularly 12 foot-pound.
That is because of it. We've got to just pull it back there, and then also you've got to cock it back to actually cock the rifle itself.
Do it so you can see.
So it's very light. It's it's not as light as the Red Wolf, but very, very light.
Well, the Red Wolf's got no spring. It would be a difficult one to map.
Well, the Red Wolf is just a switch, isn't it, at the end of the day? But that is extremely light on there. So basically what we're doing is you're moving this across to the whole of the Brocock range.
That's right.
Onto the side.
And with, as I said, there's been a rolling modification of internals. So the latest Bantams have all that in them.
Yeah.
But of course the earlier Bantams didn't. So it's been a progression of design and improvements as we've learned, as we've worked with Humour as well, because they've been improving their regulator. Yeah. And so that's meant changes to the hammer to support it, which means changes to the valve, and so it goes on.
So how have you managed to get that, with when you're up in the 30, 40 foot-pounds, how have you managed to get that so light?
But by different configuration of regulator pressure and hammer weights.
Yep.
Now, 2-3 years ago, we were using a slingshot hammer, which
Yep.
was developed exclusively for this rifle, and that required a fair bit of energy to cock it because you've got that slingshot principle,
Yep.
and you're putting the energy into that when you cock the rifle.
Right.
Now, we've taken all that out. We've balanced the new hammer with the new regulator design.
Yes.
The regulators are running slightly higher pressure than U2, so they don't need so much energy, and we're using a heavier hammer on a shorter stroke, so we're able to reduce the cocking. The spring's no longer under pretension; it's just it's almost loose.
Right.
So, and the other thing is we don't want to overdrive the hammer anymore.
Yeah.
We want the valve to be able to close against the hammer without having this bout. Maybe get a bit too technical.
So I'm starting to use my old logical brain here, and that tells me that basically, correct me if I'm wrong, but side lever will always have a regulator in the rifle.
No, that one hasn't. There's not many that haven't now.
Right.
Generally, the market wants regulators and it accepts it's going to have to.
So you can actually, the side levers will go.
Because the thing about the Daystate and Brocock is, if we're going to fit a regulator, we're going to fit a good one.
Yeah.
We know that you can make a regulator for 30 quid.
Yeah.
But it isn't going to last that long. You know, it has to be the right materials. It has to be the right level of manufacture, and a regulator has to be well made. So we've got that in these guns. So yes, you can buy guns with regulators cheaper, but they ain't going to last.
Okay.
Well, if you're doing home engineering, that's fine. But if you don't want to, then this is the sort of regulator you want.
So basically, across the whole of the range, across your commandos, across the compact lights and the compatos, etc., you are basically fitting the new system onto here into the XR
and
rifle.
we've actually, because they've literally just been built. I mean, they're ready for the British shooting show, and we've just finished them off. So I happen to put them out on the table. So you've got nearly the whole range here.
Excellent. And the magazine system. Now, the one thing I absolutely adore about the Brococks is the magazine system.
Yeah, well, that hasn't changed.
I would rate that as probably one of the best. You know, HW's rotary magazine system and this top rate. And is it the same magazine?
It is the same magazine. Again, it visually on the outside, it's the same as it ever been. Yeah. But there has been some changes in the manufacturing of those to help alignment. So that's been improved on a few months ago. But that's in all of these rifles. But essentially the same magazine system.
So your old magazines. So if you did decide that you wanted the brand new XR version of your Brocock, you could still use your old. We try to make
everything backward compatible. So the latest stuff will work in the old stuff. Not always the old stuff will work in the later stuff. In the case of Brocock, it will. In Daystate, no. Generally, an old magazine from 2003 won't work in a current Daystate, but a magazine from 2020 will work in a 2003 Daystate. But with Brocock, they're pretty much compatible all the way through the years.
And the loading system's exactly the same, I assume. So we just slide into the side and close, and cock and shoot.
That's it. And shoot. That's it. And you've got a manual safety catch in front of the
And the manual safety catch on the Brococks, So, really nice. And then
also, little details like the stock's been improved. I mean, it's the same stock as the last Bantams, but the quality of the moulding has been improved. Some of the lines have been tidied up. Again, these ongoing developments.
So, whole new, basically, we can almost say it's a
which is why we gave it a new name. When you start explaining all the differences between the old and the new, and it's got sideboard, you thought we just might as well start again. Plus, of course, we've got this modular thing going on where you can swap bits over now because they're all standardised.
So this is going to bring on to the obvious question for all of those guys that want a side lever. Can you upgrade your rifle to a side lever?
You can and you can't. Anything is possible, but of course you've got a complete strip down, a complete rebuild, a new breech block, which is the heart of the whole gun. It's not just a part on the top, it's the whole unit. The most expensive part of the gun, and then you've got all the side lever linkage, which is all completely different. So by the time you've added the cost of that and the rebuild of the gun,
you're probably
a couple of £300 out.
You're probably looking at half the price.
But I'm sure that we'll be asked to do it, and some people want to do it, and I imagine we will. But it is a relatively big job.
So the answer is basically, for the general consumer out there, the answer is basically no.
Probably not. No.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the lever itself, right hand side, and
just right hand side.
Just
no
right hand
left hand
side
version available.
Okay, so me and my speed shooting.
Do you know, I've noticed when we've been shooting, I'm going to defend this now, but when we've been speed shooting with the Red Wolf, which we were doing the other day, you had your cocking lever on the offside.
Yes.
And why did you do that?
Well, that's so that basically my trigger finger can be here at all times. I keep position, I keep aim, and just use this arm, which is a free arm, to cock the rifle.
So put that on your left shoulder now.
I can't do that.
You can see what I mean? Now you've got the same principle. And I don't think a lot of left-hand people really worry about it.
No.
It's an advantage, as you found out, to have it on the other side.
It is on there, but you know...
what I did was I cocked it right-handed, but shot it with my left finger. So that's how I was able to
that's cheating. Yeah. Well, most rifles you see nowadays out there, they're on the right-hand side, the FXs and all of that lot, so... Yeah, and again, we've got all of the standard features on here, so we've got our power levers, etc. So I tell you what, probably the best thing to do is let's just have a look at the rifles on the table.
Well, I've got a couple more things to mention. This is the Cerakote version of the Commander, which is now the Commander XR.
Right.
Yeah. So
we've got to get used to it. Do we keep the HR as well?
No, that's gone. We've moved that. We're just a kind of humour, but we've lost the
so the HR was basically, for those that don't understand, you have the sniper and the sniper HR. The HR stood for human regulator, so that title's now being dropped.
It's now assumed as a regulator in there.
Yeah.
And so the regulator's in this one. What's interesting about this is a 12 foot-pound rifle, but we have a folding stock.
I thought that wasn't allowed.
Well, I was going to say, it depends when you ask, but we've asked, and we are absolutely sure that that's fine.
Yeah.
The confusion is that overall gun lengths, barrel lengths, etc.
Yes.
Well, this gun folded, it actually complies with that regulation.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't if you undid the shroud.
Yes.
So that was our initial concern. If it was partially stripped down and could fire and the butt was folded. But actual fact, if you read the legislation on gun lengths, it says unless it's an air rifle. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
It's an air rifle.
It's an air rifle. So that does not apply. Where it applies is its description. So we went through this on the last video. Between rifle and pistol, we've just done it then, is if you call it a rifle, it's a rifle. If you call it an air pistol, it's a pistol. That is a folded rifle. That is not a pistol under anybody's imagination.
Yes.
So we're absolutely fine.
Right.
So we're going to put it on the UK guns. It'll be an optional extra on both the Commander and on the Concept. So that will also...
Well, that sort of brings me on to this bad boy, the Concept Lights, because I'm still waiting for mine.
Yes, well,
wink, wink. Yeah. But again, we've got the side lever on here.
Yes.
This has the telescopic.
That's right.
On there, and you're actually going to put that folding onto
this.
this.
It's an optional extra. It's the same fitment on that as that, so you may as well offer it on that. I think that will make that.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
That would be very sweet, because I've actually still got. Can you just hold this one for me?
Got a lot of guns here.
We've got a lot of rifles here, yeah. But I've actually got the Prismatic, which you launched about this time last year, wasn't it? Well, about 8, 9.
We announced it.
Yeah.
It just took us a lot longer to get hold of it.
That. Yeah. So I've got one of these, and it's waiting for a home.
Right.
On the Concept.
It looks kind of cool on that one. I didn't take the optical rail off that one, and it still works perfectly. Okay, so
sticking the old MTC Prismatic onto the Concept Light with a folding stock. Now that is going to be really, really nice on there. So again, side lever. So we've got the Concept here with the side lever system on here. Again, same magazines.
Concept XR now.
XR. Yeah, we've got to get used to that. Yeah. What else have we got on the table then?
Oh, let's have a look.
I
have got a Sniper XR Magnum. And this is one's in Cerakote.
What's the difference between the Magnum?
This is a Commander XR, of course.
Yeah.
So this got a long barrel.
Yeah.
And the long barrel puts the power up from 46 foot-pounds to 55 foot-pounds.
Hence the reason you call it Magnums.
That's a Magnum. Yeah. This one's in 25 caliber, 25 caliber, and of course this is where this side bolt.
Yeah.
Now this is a 55 foot-pound gun, and you can cock that and get an idea of the cocking effort.
So before, with the old bolt system,
really
I did try this when we did the FAC.
Because that is 9 foot-pounds more than the one you were shooting.
Yeah, and so this, literally one finger, that is so much easier.
And
I'm going to assume that because of you're not now pulling all that effort and basically trying to force a bolt through, that it is going to help with accuracy with the pellets going through the magazine as well, probably.
I don't know about that. One of the things I've noticed on the Brocock magazine shooting over the years is they like to be cycled relatively quickly.
Yeah.
It likes to push the pellet through quickly.
Yeah.
If you're going to have, it doesn't happen very often, but if you're going to have any shaving or unlined problems,
Yeah.
it's usually when somebody's being very gentle with it.
Yeah.
So if, not on the day states, but on the Brococks, you've noticed if you do that relatively quickly,
Yeah.
well, that's got a lever effect, so it'll be even faster.
Yeah.
So it might help with perfectly single, because what you want is single, we do give single shot trays with every gun.
Yeah.
But you want really the same level of accuracy in a magazine as you do with the single shot. Now, that's easy to say,
That's an
but
nirvana.
it can help if you've got a relatively fast cycling action on this gun. So another thumbs up for the side lever.
Absolutely. It's just the way things are. Yeah.
And another folding stock on this one. You notice that. So, so you've got a long barrel, but you can shorten it down by folding the stock.
They do look pretty. Look very, very pretty. So anything else that what else we got on here? So we've got the.
Well, here's the Magnum version of the
Even you were getting lost now.
the XR version of the Sniper XR with the long barrel.
Yeah.
This was formerly the Patagonia, and now it's just a Cerakote version of the Magnum.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And again
we've got the side lever on here. Nicely done. I'm going to assume some people are going to start doing some modifications here. I can see at the top here that we actually just have a little Allen key with a biathlon style on there, and this could be changed.
It could be changed to the day state single bar dike. It could be made longer. You could use a dome nut on there. You could do what you
could do what you want. I can see quite a few people doing modifications on that, and of course with all of the human regulators etc. in there as well.
Yeah.
So when are these going to be available?
Well, people won't be seeing this video till after the launch date,
of course,
which is the 24th.
My lips are sealed until late on in January.
Yeah. So the 24th of January is the launch date.
Yes.
That's the day that they go into magazines.
Yep.
And they'll be featured in various magazines. The first time you can, as the consumer, can get to actually handle one and shoot one will be the British Shooting Show.
And the date of the British Shooting Show?
It's the 14th to 16th of February.
So basically, these are being launched sort of late January. Realistically, people will be there at the British Shooting Show.
That's right. They will be on sale at the British Shooting Show. We've got a couple of vendors there who will have them.
Yep.
And also, they will start going into the shops pretty much straight after the 24th.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you, Tony. I think this is an absolutely brilliant development for Brocock. Personally, I love side levers. I can see it's so much easier to use. And it's nice the fact that it's basically the same system, so you can use all your old accessories, etc. with it all. So yes, the new Brocock XR range coming to you very, very soon. You can see it at the British Shooting Show and should be in your RFDs pretty quickly after that. Thank you, Tony.
Cheers.
Good as always to meet you.